I mean, I can't eat food when I'm looking at roaches crawling across my cabinets or my counters. I cannot do it. So, I mean, I had a little mouse in my house, right? Everything that I could have possibly thought that that thing could touch went into the garbage. I'm not taking chances. Like, I don't want contaminated food. I don't want anything, right? But there's just something that doesn't sit right with Jose's. Like, it was like, the first day was very empowering. It was a very powerful interview. And the second day just seemed more of him on there trying to convince everybody that he was being truthful. And that's where I have my problem. That's where I have my problem. What is everybody else's opinion? Those that have watched Jose's first and second interview, I got to say, I didn't really watch the second interview. I watched bits and pieces of it, and it was too much for me. I turned it off. And, yeah, birds of a feather. It's like, and that's my problem. He's distancing himself from his involvement, It's, he's distancing himself. He still sounds like he's in love with Candace, and he's trying to act like nothing ever happened. But he's talking about him as being the father of the house. It's very bizarre to me. The language that's being used, I obviously can't see his body language. I can only hear his words. I can't even see his face or any other, I can't, all I can do is hear his words. And while I do believe some of the stuff that come out of his mouth, there's a lot of stuff I just don't. It doesn't make sense to me. It really just doesn't. Am I alone here? Audience, am I alone? Yeah. Yes. And it was odd. And then, of course, you got ICU and Justin almost stopping him from answering why he threw the phone away. There was some odd behavior. And Justin may know, and so may ICU. But it's almost like he brought that nugget of information up, and you guys prevented him from finishing why he did it. And it was very, I don't understand what the purpose of that was for. And it just screams deception. It just screams deception. And, I feel like in a lot of ways, there were certain things that he said and wouldn't explain that really, hurt his credibility in some respects. So I would like to know why a phone is in the bottom of the ocean. What would make him, throwing a phone away is one thing. Smashing it and throwing it in the garbage is one thing. Clearing the phone off and selling it or taking it to a pawn shop is another thing. But to sink it in the bottom of an ocean? For what purpose? Like, that doesn't sound... Who in here has sunk there? Outside of it being an accident, who out here has sunk a phone in an ocean? Who? I'm curious. Do I believe... Good morning, ZZ. Yes, I agree. I feel like a lot of us feel that way, that, he's not being very truthful. I think it's the fact that he's going overboard with how wonderful he is, and how he was there, and he was the savior, and he was the protector, and he. I'm thankful that he's using Summer in the here and now tense, and not the past tense like her mother does, and her father, the ones that I do believe know exactly where she is. It's... And I'm going to play some clips here. Yeah, and it's another thing that almost discredits him. I believe Allie. I believe Allie. And Allie told me to my face that Candace stole her boyfriend. I believe her. And I believe that Jose and Candace had things going on. I believe it. I believe that's why Don decided to screw the girl in the house upstairs. It's because he knew that Candace and him were screwing downstairs. Excuse my language. That's just my opinion.